Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab Bag, your weekly podcast reviewing games for the Game Pass collection, bringing you 3 unique perspectives from varying skill range. I am the man of this episode, Andrew. With me, the myth, Keith.
Hello.
And the legend, Liz.
Hey guys.
And this week, we played Minecraft Legends by Mojang Studios and Blackbird Interactive. Minecraft Legends is a third-person action strategy game where you are taking control of a generic person from Minecraft, and you are called upon to go to the overworld and help rally the troops to fight against the evil piglins that have invaded the world. But going around, Liz, what's this game or pass for you?
So this was a game I was pretty excited about, and I have to say, I was a little disappointed. I think I enjoyed the other Minecraft games better.
Minecraft Dungeons?
Yeah, I mean, and the original Minecraft. But this one just, I found it a little boring. And I don't really have anything against it. I just, don't want to play anymore. So for me, it's a pass, but I don't hate the game.
Yeah, and I mean, I know this was definitely one of our highly anticipated games here. And I will say that there are definitely some shortcomings, in my opinion, and some places that I think they could absolutely add more and make it a better game. But I think Minecraft Legends is actually a lot of fun, and I enjoyed my time with it, and I definitely think I'll play more of it, especially if we do multiplayer.
Yeah. For me, this is a game. Minecraft Legends, I agree, is a little disappointing. I was expecting a little more. But overall, this was kind of what I was expecting. I wanted a bit more, though. Like you were saying, Keith, I think there's plenty of room for improvement. But what's here, I did have a ton of fun. I'm a big real-time strategy fan, so for me, this was kind of something that's just kind of simple and mindless. It's just kind of easy to just kind of bash units against each other and just kind of fight the armies. It's real simple. But I think it's a bit too simple, as it's a little bit of its shortcomings. But anyway, let's get into the story of Minecraft Legends. As I said, you are playing... It's supposed to be like your character in Minecraft. You're, called upon by these... I don't even think they gave them a name. Well, they're names, but I don't know what they are. Spirits? Gods? But these 3 demigods, foresight, action, and knowledge, call upon you to come to their world to help stop the invading piglins. And you, being a non-speaking character, just bobs your head yes, and off you go. And they teach you how to rally the troops and how to fight, how to create golems to take over and destroy the piglin bases that have taken over the world. What did you guys think of the story?
A means to an end.
I wouldn't even call it a means to end. I thought the story was really disappointing.
Well, yeah, no, I'll back up my means to an end. I think it was there to give you a purpose to show up in the world, to teach you how to do the things they wanted you to do, and they created an enemy who I think are enemies in the game, but it's arguably in some senses you could have made any one of the factions an enemy in this game, right?
Yeah.
Like in Minecraft lore, the creepers could have been enemies, the skeletons could have been enemies, anyone could have been, but they chose the piglins there, and I guess it kind of makes sense because they're from the underworld, so Nether. Or the Nether, so it gives them a purpose. But yeah, I think it was purely a means to an end. There was nothing in there that I was like, wow, this is important, or man, these characters are great, because you aren't a character. You're a unit, essentially.
Yeah.
I saw, the zombie and the creepers and stuff. I was wary of them because I just, I immediately just look at them and think enemy.
Well, they were the bad guys in Minecraft.
I know, but that's why, for me, I never really, cared about my army too much, I guess. Not to sound like a jerk.
So you're glad they were dying.
But I also think, too, when it's, I'm kind of story-wise, but, the same villages are being attacked over and over again, and it didn't even really, do anything different with that. We're just this village is being attacked at midnight, and it's again. So for me, even stuff like that, I was just kind of I don't really care anymore. You've had some time to build some towers and stuff, take care of it.
I know. I think it's funny. Like I said, the people that are guiding you are named Foresight, Action, and Knowledge. And it's ironic because none of them have any of those things. Foresight, as soon as you get in the game, she's like, oh, we did not prepare this world for war. It's your name's Foresight. You have the foresight to prepare people to defend themselves. And then you have Action, who is a giant golem kid who does nothing. He just talks to you, and it's your name's Action, but you don't do anything.
He tells you how to do actions.
I guess. And then you have Knowledge, who's like, he, I guess, kind of gives you new technologies, but you're the one building the technologies. I don't know. It was just weird. I was so disappointed in the story because this game has a lot of cutscenes. It's a whole lot of cutscenes of a whole lot of nothing.
Well, that's another thing. Like when I was playing multiplayer with you, you're like, oh, immediately get the gemstones after you destroy it. Like the whatever the structure is, the portal. And then I was like, so I can't watch the cutscenes? Because you were playing. Yeah. So then I was like, I didn't even know if I could watch the cutscenes. Not that I was really missing anything. There was just, a big pig, hitting a little pig.
Yep, that is 95%
over and over again.
That is 95% of the cutscenes. A little pig trying to give a message, and a big pig smacks him. There's the cutscene. All right, it was just over and over again. So it was really disappointing with that. Because also too, so there's no explanation as to why these piglins are invading. They just pop up one day, and they also pop up at a portal. The portal just appears. So you're going around and destroying these portals, but it's like, but they can just pop up anywhere. Like, what's stopping them from continuously popping up portals? Like, no explanation with that. It's just like, okay, they're just, I don't know, they're just there to be an enemy.
Well, you finished the game. How's the ending?
Twice. Oh, the ending is, once again, very nonsensical. There's a big pig who wants to destroy your fountain for reasons unknown. And, you stop him. There you go. Sorry, spoiler alert.
I was just going to say spoiler. I didn't say, give me every detail about it.
I mean,
man, I was gonna play to the end too.
I'm sorry.
It's honestly the campaign for all intents and purposes. It's not a tutorial, but in some ways it is just kind of like, hey, this is all of Minecraft Legends has to offer, and even when you play the enemies or you play PvP, it's kind of just the same thing. It's try to kill the other wells. And that's that, right? So almost like in an Age of Empires way, like they put a campaign behind just playing the game.
Yeah.
It's just like one big version of it, I guess.
Yeah, you can make that argument.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest thing obviously is gameplay. And that's where I think we'll both agree here. Assuming we're okay with moving past story, because I think we've satisfied the fact that it exists.
No, I need to talk about how more nonsensical things in the story.
Okay. I mean, go for it. I'm always willing to skip past story. So if I miss something, you can cut me back.
No, there's nothing else to explain. I was just messing with you.
Liz, I will give you the opportunity as well, because I don't feel like we gave you the opportunity to talk about the story if you want.
Thank you for mansplaining.
Pass.
That's all I needed to know. I just need to make sure that everyone's on the same page here. So gameplay.
So let's turn the page.
Oh, are there pages in this? Well, when you respawn, it does show a book as the countdown for your respawning.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, but there is a book in the game, so I just thought that was kind of interesting because it makes no sense. But the gameplay is really it's the best part, but it's also the most disappointing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's like any real-time strategy, except instead of being like a god in the sky, if you will, you're part of the battlefield, which is really kind of a neat little element to it. And you go around, you build your little spawners, and you kill enemy bases, you defend yours, and that's the game. But there's not a lot of variety, and that's my biggest complaint.
Well, something that Andrew and I mean, we were talking about it. I don't remember who brought it up first, but we were talking about how we didn't like that, especially with the multiplayer. You really can't customize like your character's combat.
Yeah.
And you can't so for instance, I mean, I do like the auto healing, but it's like maybe have like a healing character, a range character, but you can't even really attack the structures. Yep. If I remember correctly. So for me, it's just like I actually wanted to participate in the fighting because there's no mining. You have these little boxes that you can collect resources with.
Yeah, and you release fairies. The fairies collect.
Yeah, but it's like I kind of wanted to mine because it's like, I'm like sending these troops in, but when it comes to actual fighting, you can do a little bit, but I feel like I wasn't that helpful. And then a big annoyance that I have, I really hated that I couldn't gather my army unless I was at like a spawning box. And so for me, there were so many times where they would fall under the stairs
Oh, the pathing is awful in
yeah,
this game.
and I couldn't really get them out. So then, and then also, like, you can, find other, like, zombies and stuff around. It just, like, I felt like gathering everybody was just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And same with, like, if I'm running around, I don't want, if they get stuck on the mountains,
Yep.
they would do that all the time. I'd be by myself being attacked, and it'd be like, oh, they're stuck on the mountain. So it's like, oh, do I get a spawn box? Like, I don't know. That was my biggest pet peeve of the game.
I want to go back to one thing you said that I think is funny. I like you said you wish you could do the mining and the gathering, which is so funny because I feel like there's so many games where there's resources, and I feel like the number one thing we always complain about, we're like, man, we wish this was more automated. We wish this was more automated. And then here we have a game where it is automated. You're like, I wish I could collect the resources.
Well, because not only did the game feel really small to me, but like the combat is lackluster too. So it's just like I felt like I wasn't doing enough.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I didn't mind that I couldn't attack the buildings. I was a huge fan of the fact that I didn't have to do any of the mining, and you kind of do because you have to find things, and so you have to like manage your allays, which I think gets pretty easy later in the game. But I liked that it was just sort of an automated. You could collect it and go on, but I wanted more units. I don't know. I didn't feel like there was enough to it. It was just kind of like you always had the same golems. You couldn't upgrade anything. You couldn't upgrade your character. I wanted more of that.
Yeah.
And I hope it's something that comes later in the game, which we were talking about, so basically you said actually is that Minecraft games do tend to grow. So I'm hoping they can build on it. But yeah, it's a good product as it is. It's a good gameplay as it is. I want more out of it.
Yeah. So far we've seen from all the Minecraft stuff, the games are built to grow. Like Minecraft Dungeons, I don't know if you guys have been to it lately, but they've added a ton of new stuff to it. Like when we played it, like it was a good game, but it was like it got way better. And I feel like that's what Minecraft Legends is set up for. It's very much a base game, and I feel like it has room to grow. I have an idea for a fantastic game mode that I think, we'll get into a little bit later. But I agree, Keith. That is my biggest complaint is the lack of variety. I so badly wanted to upgrade either my units or my own character. Like, Liz, you were kind of saying, like, this game clearly is designed to be multiplayer. Like, it really shines with multiplayer. I wish you could do different classes. Like, it would be great if, hey, I'll go archer and kind of, like, throw some arrows. Maybe you go as a warrior or go as a healer or a mage. Like, I wish you could get maybe different weapon types or something like that let you do different things. But no, you just have the same sword and do the same swinging attack. Even when you get different mounts, the mounts just let you traverse slightly different, but they didn't add anything of real value. So,
no, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
It would be a lot of fun for multiplayer is if you could play as factions of the pigs. Like, I don't care if you could do that in campaign. Fine, just have that be humans or kind of overworld versus the piglins. But the gameplay had those three different kind of types of pigs, I guess. You had the Bastion, the Horde, and the Spore. Like, what if you could multiplayer those? You know what I mean? Like, and so then there's strategies of who you want to play as you play against it.
That's a cool idea.
Think one of the biggest things that's going to hinder this is, and we can talk more about it later, but like in the multiplayer, as you noted, they have no chat, which fine. I understand the reason that they're doing it because they want it to just be a casual, fun gameplay, but without some level of competitive nature, like I just don't see how people are going to want to keep playing it.
Yeah. Now, my idea for gameplay change. Don't get too excited with this, Keith. When I thought of this, I was like, man, if they came out with this, I'd play this game a ton.
If you say roguelike.
No. Oh. What if they did a MOBA?
Okay.
So, do you know how normally with a MOBA, League of Legends, Dota, the big three, you have 3 lanes. Instead, you are playing as the 2 factions, and you are building the spawners that are continuously spawning and sending people down the lanes. So you as heroes are running around trying to gather resources and upgrading your troops and possibly building more spawners in each lane in which they keep going and feeding into the lanes and attacking. And you are trying to be the heroes to kind of help push those lanes to get to the enemy base and destroy their base. And then you could also add the building aspect of you build the towers in the lanes and you progressively upgrade your units or add more units to the lanes and get different types of units. I think that would be such a fun game mode. And I actually feel like they're kind of setting up for it. Because only in the multiplayer game mode, the main resource you need to build units is called Prismarine. And you can build Prismarine flags in multiplayer, which continuously help you generate Prismarine. but there is zero purpose for them. I have never been short on Prismarine in multiplayer. Like, every time you're just killing the pigs out in the world, you're getting Prismarine. Like, I just felt like I was constantly overflowing with Prismarine. So it's like, what's the point of building these flags? But if you made like some sort of MOBA game mode and had a way to keep creating units and feeding them down the lanes, I think it'd be so fun. I would play that game mode a ton.
Yeah, I would play the crap out of that. You could have like people who play as builders versus like heroes, Defenders, and then they have different skills, different towers they could build based on that. I'm all about that. I know I jokingly said roguelike, but I'm just sitting here thinking like you could do a semi-roguelike with this where like you have another overworld, you're randomly procedurally generated maps. It's kind of the same idea, but they get harder, maybe some twists.
Well, I'd say you go in the netherworld, into the pigs world. I'd probably do as a twist.
Okay. Maybe there's just a room for just like a Minecraft roguelike in general. Mojang, hit me up. I got ideas. And I will take some money for it.
But yeah, the multiplayer I think is a ton of fun. Like playing this campaign in co-op, which you can have up to 3 friends, so total 4 players. I felt like doing campaign. I felt like just having one other person is a lot of fun with with the campaign. The only thing that kind of stinks is you're sharing everything. So you have an army cap in between. Like if you have 4 friends with you, like you're all kind of sharing these troops, and it's kind of hard to manage.
And I accidentally took them all. I know.
You would take my troops when I was in the middle of fighting a base.
I thought I was just going to take mine. But I actually felt like playing with you was a lot of help because I felt like it went from I just send in like the 2 primary allies that you have at the beginning, and then all of a sudden I was being annihilated, and you're like, no, you got to build towers and stuff. I kind of like was really bad at it at first, and then I watched you play, and I was like, oh, because I also forgot that you had that box that made it so that you could have grassy area. Yep. So I definitely needed your help but once I actually got the hang of it and I got better at combat and stuff, it still didn't change my view though.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of pro tips. I figured I'll do a segment later explaining them all. But no, what I loved about doing the multiplayer, so I was playing on Legendary because, I was trying to 1,000 this game, and Keith was just out on his own, gathering resources, so I was always in the middle of a battle. And I'm like, oh, Keith, I'm getting low on wood. He's like, all right, I'm on it. And even though Keith's halfway across the map, he would just be able to gather me wood, gather me stone, coal, whatever I needed, just to keep feeding my armies. And it was super handy. I felt like actual combat-wise, playing multiplayer is kind of pointless. Because like I said, your character doesn't do much. You just swing a sword. And so even though you're sharing troops, like it's not like, oh, we can have double troops if there's 2 of us. So like it was really kind of pointless to have multiple friends when you're attacking a base. But it was great to have somebody to help like give you resources.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was torn on, is I liked the shared resources and the fact that you always had access to everything. It felt like it made that easier, but I do agree. The shared armies were so frustrating. Like, and you could argue that it's kind of easily fixed by, it's like if you build it, you own it. But then it's like one person can just monopolize the share of the armies. So I don't know. There has to be a better way to manage them without accidentally stealing them, because I did that to you on purpose too. I was like, oh, I'll just recall some, and I recalled all of them while you were in the middle of battle. So yeah, like I wasn't helpful there, but otherwise I do agree. I thought it was fun where I could just be like, all right, well, and this is where like kind of even on Legendary, I don't want to say the simplicity of the game, but kind of semi-low difficulty cap, I felt like made it easy to be out on our own. And I don't think it increased the difficulty by having more friends in there. I don't know.
No. So yeah, and you bring up a point that I want to complain about with Minecraft Legends. This game is very simple, and I think that's unfortunately too simple. So as we're kind of complaining about with like recalling the armies and like having to share armies, this game lacks controls. Like we just see, Microsoft just came out with Age of Empires. Like you can have a hefty real-time strategy game and have adequate controls in order to command armies and do things like that. Minecraft Legends really lacks that. Like they have some things you can do, but it's not great. Like you can tell they kind of designed this obviously for a younger audience, which is fine, but they could still design some more controls and uses, because essentially you're just building a mass of troops and just bashing them against a wall or bashing against the enemy army, like over and over and over again. Like there's not a lot of strategy of like, oh, I'm going to have my trebuchets in the back, got to defend them, have my healers over here. No, it's just big old massive group, go in. There you go. In which, like I said, I had fun with it, but I feel like it could have benefited having extra controls, especially if you have your friends with you.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was just playing on my solo game and I was on Fabled, so like the normal difficulty or whatever, all I would do when I would go into bases, I was just build some of that netherrock clearing stuff and then just massively build a bunch of turrets, basically.
Yep.
And then a redstone launcher, maybe 2, and alternate to take out the portal. Because hot tip that Andrew taught me, and I know you're going to get to your hot tip segment, but I'm going to steal this one and credit you at the same time, is that killing the portal to any piglin base just immediately kills any other tower. So don't bother killing the other towers unless you really have to. Just kill that stinking portal.
Yep. Kill the portal and every building explodes, and they release the... I already forget the name of it. Not Prismarine. It was... I don't know. They were gems.
Lapis and Prismarine were the two.
Yeah, Prismarine. Lapis. That's the one that builds troops. But yeah, the Prismarine is what you need to upgrade your technologies, which is a very valuable resource. So always make sure that you have room to get that Prismarine. But yeah, what did you think of the verses, Keith? Like, I know you talked about a little bit of it. There's no voice chat, but it's simple.
Well, I mean, so we struggled to try and play against each other because it requires, a minimum of 4?
If you play online, you can host a private and just do one-on-one.
I thought we were trying to, but we couldn't get it to work too well. But yeah, as far as like just joining public games, I thought it was fine enough. I mean, I was falling asleep on our last one, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to record you snoring.
Was I actually snoring? Nice.
A little bit, yeah.
You're welcome for that. Well, that we were actually just playing in story mode.
Yep.
But no, when we were playing with or that second game. Yeah, but either way, I definitely thought it was fun and I enjoyed it. But I don't know. Again, I wish it was more than the same basic units and kind of boring stuff. I want it to be more expansive, to be more fun.
I felt like it was like I really enjoyed the multiplayer. The best thing about the versus mode is when you play with friends. I know we did 2v2. You had one of our friends and I was playing with another one of our friends.
Yeah, I got the short straw there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Max.
But just doing 2v2, I thought it was a blast. Like actually being in party chat with people, because this is such a non-sweaty like multiplayer game, and I loved it. It was just such a goofy kind of fun experience of like trying to build a goofy base and like either try to build towers close to your enemy's base. It was just, I don't know. I thought it was a blast. If you have a couple friends to play with, like I said, just doing 2v2, it is a ton of fun.
See, it blows my mind that you beat the game on like the regular mode, then legendary, then you did the verses,
Yep.
and you played my game.
Yep.
So it's like, did you ever get sick of it at one point, or?
Yes and no. Like right now, I have 1,000 the game, and where I'm at now, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of good. But if someone was like, hey, do you want to play Minecraft Legends with me? I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not?
Is there any game that you'd be like, no, I won't play that though?
It's good. Soccer Story.
Oh, okay.
No, there's probably some games I could think of. Call of Duty, I'm kind of like, eh. But, no, I'm a little burnt out by it. I'm excited to see what they come out with. As me and Keith said, like, this game has room to improve. And I am like really looking forward to what they come out with. But Liz, so what made this game so disappointing for you? Just the fact that it was just so simple? Like, I'm surprised. I was really surprised how much you did not like this game.
I think it was, mostly the combat, because, like I said, like, you're not, or no, I think Keith said it earlier, you're not upgrading, like, your sword and stuff. And so for me...
You would have liked it way better if you just could do your character.
Yeah, if I could actually, like, contribute to the combat, if it was easier to... There were so many, like, little annoyances that, like, they didn't bug me too much, but it just kind of added up. Like I said, with, like, the whole, like, not being able to, like, summon everybody when you want. And I also just, like I said earlier, I wanted to either, like, build, like, like the original Minecraft, like there's no building, there's no collecting resources, and I felt like there really wasn't combat for me. And so for me, like, I did find myself just like, especially at the beginning when you just send your army at the portal and they just destroy it super fast, it's just like, that was fun. I mean, like, later on I struggled a little bit, like I had to make sure to like get rid of some of the enemy spawners and stuff first, but at the end of it, it's just like,
Well, I mean, I think like you were saying, Liz, like if you think about Minecraft, the game, there's stone, there's like there's 10 different kinds of stone, basically. There's dirts and snow, and there's different colored lava bricks and ice bricks and all these different kinds of bricks. And you collect what here? Wood, stone, coal, diamond, gold, redstone. And that's basically it.
But you don't even collect it too, which is the crazy thing.
Yeah, and then in the game, and then Minecraft Dungeons, you have diamond armors and bronze armors, and you have all these different kinds of armors and swords and weapons.
Yeah, you can enchant the weapons and swords in the original Minecraft.
But none of that here. It just feels like it just feels like the skeleton of a game because of that. And it's where I really was disappointed most in it, is that this is a game in terms of lore and canon that has so much depth, and this feels so shallow.
So do you think having the Minecraft name actually hurts it? Because do you think this game needed to be a Minecraft game?
No, it could have been
just called Legends.
It could have been called Legends, and you could have thrown, I don't know, any generic Greek demigod as who you're playing, and then a bunch of just Roman or Greek gods and kind of their servants around an area. Honestly, like it could have been that. I think Minecraft helps it because I think there's so much to build off of. So I think that goes back to what you and I were talking about of, hopefully they grow on this, because I think there's so much potential, and I think because of Minecraft. But I also think, yes, that you could have thrown Minecraft away on this and it wouldn't have even mattered, and it still would have been pretty fun too.
I also think too, like, it would have been cool, like, not necessary, but like to actually like build a base. I mean, you there's buildings you can make, but something to kind of customize it. Because I mean, looking back at like the games that we've played, I've realized that I really do, in a lot of games, not all, but I love collecting resources. And I love like building stuff. So for me, like, that's why I felt kind of bummed, because you're like, oh, there's so many games that are like, oh, I wish it was automated. But there's also a lot of games that I love collecting the resources, though. I mean, you look at like Stardew and stuff. It's just like, collecting wood. It's like, I wanted to chop wood all day, You know what I
actually kind of wish this game got more ideas from was Rift Breaker. Because like that's what I was like, I agree with you, Liz. I wish I was building an overall base. And that's what I loved about with the game Rift Breaker. Like, you first start off this main area, you build a very simple base, but as you're exploring, you're getting new resources, and your base is literally growing and growing, and you're getting new technology, new turrets, new things, and like your very simple starter base just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Did we play that? Or
yeah. Do you not remember
I played that game?
Yep.
That was the one with the robot?
Yep. You were in a mech suit. You're on an alien planet.
Is there a lot of purple?
Yes.
Alien. You have like waves and hordes of aliens.
I'm just thinking of like blue and purple, and I'm like, I don't know if that's anything to do with the game.
Maybe.
It sounds vaguely familiar. This is embarrassing. This happens all the time where you talk about a game that we've played, and I'm just like, we played too many dozen games. Like, I can't remember them all. I'm assuming I wasn't a huge fan of it.
No, I think you liked it a lot.
Are you sure I wasn't out that week?
You definitely played it.
I mean, I'm seeing some greens. I'm just looking up a couple screenshots. Not a lot of blue and purple in particular, though. A lot of brown on the ground. A lot of dirt.
I think Liz.
Oh, see, I think that like these pictures, like, because I mean, you built this yourself. I think I know what game it is.
Yep.
But it does look very different because those things look like hats, and I'm like, is this like a wizard game? No, I do think I remember it.
Yeah, I loved Rift Breaker. And like that's another thing I really wish Minecraft Legends did. I wish it leaned a little bit more into like a tower defense aspect. Because as we're saying, there's really only like 2 towers you kind of build. Eventually you can unlock the technology for like these really improved epic towers that you can only build a very limited number of. But I wish this game leaned more into the tower defense aspect. And I think that's like one of my biggest lackluster things. Because, yeah, you make a good point, Liz, of like, it's weird that it's Minecraft and you don't really build much of a base. So as you said, Keith, you're getting these resources as you do in Minecraft, but they don't work like they do in Minecraft. Like, yeah, you're gathering redstone, which redstone you usually do to, create circuits and like these kind of elaborate mechanical plans. Like they kind of work together that way. But in Minecraft Legends, you use the redstone to summon, I think, zombies. And it's just like, okay, like, yeah. Same with like Diamond. Like Diamond was super rare. Diamond is used to create the epic armor, the epic sword, as you're saying. But no, it's used to summon skeletons. And it's like, what? It doesn't quite make much sense. So I think it is kind of weird to have this Minecraft name on this game. And it just doesn't quite follow the rules of Minecraft. It just has the cosmetics of Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, things like redstone should be used to like upgrade your characters in your build or like your buildings, and then diamond could be used to enchant your minions and stuff like that. Like even if it didn't upgrade me the character, I still don't care about that. There needs to be some upgrades somewhere. Like it's so flat that from the start of the game, all you do is you gain a few new things, but you don't really get much. Like, and it's really disappointing that, again, Minecraft aside, I'd still be pretty disappointed in the flatness of the gameplay if it were anything.
Yeah. But there was another game mode we actually forgot to mention. They also have a Portal of the Month. So we at least know that every month they're coming out with a new type of game mode. So since this game just came out, the one they have is a strictly base defense. You're defending one village against 20 waves. Just kind of boring. Like, I think that was kind of lame. I felt like they should have really been like, give you a taste of like, hey, this is kind of what we're going to do. But instead it was just like, hey, you know how you're defending villages in the main game? Defend this one village for 20 waves. And that's the Portal of the Month. But the nice thing about it is you get an exclusive skin when you beat the Portal of the Month.
But I mean, I will say for the first one, isn't that kind of what we were just talking about and what we kind of wanted the gameplay to be a little bit more of a tower defense game, to have it be more like maybe not 20 waves and whatever, but have it be a little more wave driven, have it be more stationary. So I think it's a good starting point. And I think that's actually pretty cool. I actually didn't play it myself, but
I disagree though. Cause like I said, it's at least if the map was interesting, but no, it's the same generic village. And you're doing a thing that you're already doing in the campaign. So it's just like, it just wasn't interesting. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this in the campaign. Like, I don't know.
I'm just saying, at least for like launch type of content, I guess. And that hopefully they can build on those. Maybe they make it more tower defense style where they give you more towers. Maybe they make it more like a path that the piglins run through and you have to do the pathing. Like, remember old school Warcraft where you actually had to do pathing with towers? Or like that was the way to do those like tower defense games?
Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
It would. But this is my point. Like, these are portals of the month. Are you going to be coming back to this game in a month to go, what's going to be the new game mode?
If they start making ones worth it.
What I mean. That's why the first one should be worth it. Because this first one's not.
I suppose that's fair. But I guess I would come back to it in 6 months and see what they have. And I think you would probably have a pretty good gauge if it's something that they've improved on enough for you to maybe check out again, right? Or maybe they'll start to archive them so that the Portal of the Months are playable in reverse. I don't know. And like, you can't necessarily get the same unlockables, but you can still play them.
But I mean, are you guys going to go back to this game versus Minecraft Dungeons?
Probably.
Like, are you going to do, like, would you go back to both? Or like, because for me, like, I immediately think like, seeing what I've seen of this, I don't really feel like I want to go back. Minecraft Dungeons though, I definitely would.
Between both of them specifically, I would come back to Legends first, and even still in its current state, partly because Diablo 4 is coming out, and I'm going to be on that for a dungeon crawler, not Minecraft Dungeons.
I don't think you really liked Minecraft Dungeons, like compared to Andrew and I.
I think I was pretty disappointed in it, kind of the same way as I was with this, as I felt like the content was a little bit lackluster in terms of like the item sets that you could get and all of that type of stuff. But I would check it out again. I wouldn't be opposed to it, and I don't think that I'd be against it. If I had the choice between the two, I would probably take Legends, especially if there was people to play it with.
I'm with you, Keith. I think I'd actually rather go back to Legends. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Minecraft Dungeons. It's just, yeah, I'm with Keith. I'm going to be playing a lot of Diablo 4, so yeah, I don't need another dungeon crawler in my life. I'd rather just stick with Minecraft Legends because as I said too, as people know, I'm a huge real-time strategy fan. So as simple as this game was, I still had a lot of fun with it.
I wonder if I'm remembering Minecraft Dungeons better than it was. I know I at least liked it.
No, because Minecraft Dungeons was good. It was
Yeah.
good. I did have fun with it. Especially too playing multiplayer. But what did you guys think of the boss fights of Minecraft Legends?
I don't think I actually fully saw any of them. I think
Yeah, we did the Bastion guy.
Yeah, but wasn't I falling asleep during that one?
No, you were falling asleep to the Hunt of the Horde one.
I still don't know if I remember the Bastion. Oh, I do. Yeah, we had to. He just kind of was in that big tower or
Yep.
like arena.
Yep.
It wasn't all that difficult. I don't think. We kind of just kept spawning a bunch of minions, and they were just attacking them. It wasn't anything too crazy. I mean, it was apparently very forgettable because I forgot I did it.
Well, I did most of it.
Also, probably true.
Oh yeah, did you do any of them, Liz?
I don't think I did.
You probably didn't. See, I was a little disappointed. Like, this is my complaint with the simplicity aspect of this game. There's no counters to anything. Like, it's not like, when you play like Age of Empires, spearmen are good against cavalry good against archers are good against infantry. So like you have this like balance. But when it comes to bosses, they're just bullet sponges. So it's literally just you mashing unit after unit after unit. Or here's a tip for me: there's no limit to towers. So if you can get them in your towers, just build every freaking tower you can and just have them keep shooting at the enemy. But yeah, the bosses were just a little disappointing. I don't know, they didn't do anything for the gameplay. It's just like a time-consuming thing. But yeah, I guess I'll give some pro tips here, or at least things that I found very helpful. As far as technology goes, I highly recommend you get the Cure Nether Rock upgrade. That lets you essentially, so the Nether Rock is what surrounds the piglin bases. You can't build on it. It's the only material you can't really build on. Well, that and water. But if you get the ability to cure the Nether Rock, you can build towers like in the middle of the piglin base. And even though you have an army cap, you don't have a tower cap. So if you can start clearing out that Nether Rock, just build tower after tower directly in the middle of the piglin base, and they'll just kill everything for you. Towers are dirt cheap as well. They can take a decent amount of beating. So it makes things so much easier. And it also makes the boss fights way easier too. Highly recommend you get the zombies, the skeletons, and the creepers. Those mobs are, when you get those armies, they're very, very, very strong. The skeletons especially. The skeletons can snipe from anywhere, and they have a crazy distance. They can do a ton of damage. Oh, we actually forgot to mention, there's 3 factions of piglins you're going against. And this is one thing I did enjoy.
Very briefly, but I mentioned it.
But this is one thing I did enjoy with the gameplay, is that each faction, you kind of knew what you were getting into. So you had the Horde of the Bastion, which they're all about a castle and a wall. So you essentially have to kind of do like an old school castle defense, breaking through the front gate, going up certain levels, eventually get to the center where the portal is. Then you have the Horde of the Hunt, I do believe they were called. And they're the most annoying because even though their base is no walls, really exposed, they have a billion units. My tip for them, attack them from the south. The entire army will move south, then rotate and attack them from the north. Because the armies are so slow at rotating. So as long as you keep going back and forth, you can whittle away the base and go for the portal. If you can sneak in and just keep doing creepers at the portal, blow up the portal, easy way to take them out. The most annoying, like the other one that's really annoying is the Horde of the Spore. All their bases are on these plateaus. And oh yeah, so as Liz was saying, pathing in this game is awful. You have to build these stairs in order to climb these plateaus. And just climbing up a plateau, half your army just falls down. and you got to circle around, gather them all up again, go try to bring them back up the stairs, in which half of them will fall down the stairs again. And it was just this annoying thing. So whenever you're going against the spore pigs, highly recommend you just get skeletons, stay on the ground. The skeletons can shoot everything up on the plateaus. They'll just take out everything while you just stay on the ground. Super easy, especially when it comes to the boss fight.
So this is, I don't know, this is kind of my argument too, where even the game itself is sort of just one big tutorial on the gameplay. Is it's like you have the bastion there, the walls, the castles, all that. You have to heavily rely pretty much on your golems and your creepers to break down the walls, get in there. So it kind of teaches you how to use those elements. And then you have the spore. Now, yes, you can use the arrows, but you can kind of rely on the little healers and the ones that debuff and things like that to get in there. And then you have the horde, which then you have to just like, I don't know, kind of amass your armies to really do like, it teaches you how to build an army. So it's like, I don't know, it's just like, it's so segmented. It almost kind of feels, it's where it just feels so flat to me that I'm hoping the portals can make the game more so and they can just add more content to it. But yeah, I don't know. Everything was just like, here's how you do this thing. Here's how you combat against this. Here's how you combat against that. And then that's how you beat the game too.
Yep. But, yeah. What'd you guys think of the graphics?
I thought they were kind of, I mean, they're Minecraft, so...
Yeah, it's very Minecraft.
But there is a weird polish to it, and I think I mentioned that to you when we were playing it from the first time, is that despite being its, normal Minecraft-y, blocky self, because it's a little bit less involved and it's a little bit more eye in the sky, they kind of make everything a little bit more detailed, I feel like. But otherwise, yeah it's Minecraft.
Yeah, that was the perfect term for it. It was very polished. Because especially like playing the original Minecraft to this, I feel like it ends up looking spectacular in comparison. Like everything is more detailed, and I really liked it. And the cutscenes and stuff, like I thought it looks really nice.
Yeah, I mean Minecraft, the graphics of Minecraft in general just have such a charm to it. But once again, I remember I complained about this in the original Minecraft game. I don't like the textures. Like your character, like you just pick between different avatars. I don't like the textures. I think your character looks goofy. Like it's supposed to look like it has this cool armor and stuff like that, but it looks goofy. I love the landscaping. I just hate the textures.
That was the worst. Your character, I feel like, is the worst graphically.
Yeah, but I thought the piglins were really cool. Like even though you're fighting hundreds and hundreds of piglins will actually take up on the screen, which this is one thing I really got to praise the game about the graphics. I don't think I noticed any frame rate dips, and some of the action gets pretty heavy. And
yeah, I don't think I noticed any either. It's a valid point.
And yeah, I didn't notice any frame rate dips, but I also found everything to be recognizable. Like I could even recognize piglins that I'm like, oh, I should probably take out those range guys, or that's an artillery guy. I need to take him out. So I think overall though, like that's what I always loved about Minecraft's graphics. It looks great from far away, but once you start getting close, it's kind of like, I hate these textures.
Well, that's where I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering Minecraft versus Minecraft Legends, whatever. But I feel like the blocks all have a very, like, I almost want to call it a cloudy look to them when you're looking at them first, or hazy in Minecraft. But everything looks like it has a shine on it in Minecraft Legends.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? No,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I thought it was more than fine. I feel like you said it. If you didn't, I'm kind of thinking it. At the very least, some of the building aspects, like the way that it looked, had some like feel of Dragon Quest builders, like the way that they like the allays just do that like kind of circle upward build. It just kind of made me think of Dragon Quest builders a little bit.
I missed that game. That was another really fantastic game.
It was a lot of fun. I think that finally left Game Pass.
It did.
I hope they come out with another one. I don't know if there's any talk of it or any development on one, but it would be awesome if there was, because I did like that game too.
But as far as audio goes, the audio too is fine.
I like the voice acting.
The voice acting was good. I got annoyed with Action, the little kid, Gollum.
I thought all of them were kind of, not annoying, but I don't know. They didn't add much value.
I like the man, the the man voice. What's his name?
The man's voice?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me
Oh,
of...
Knowledge, the little golem?
Yeah, with a deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Knowledge.
I thought he was really good. Reminded me of an actor. I looked it up. It wasn't him. But the I think I looked up in the Piglins was a voice actor, and I thought that was interesting because like, wouldn't you just get pig noises?
Yeah, they were just squeals.
Yeah. So it just like there was a woman just squealing away. I just thought it was weird. There must be so much pig audio.
I will say the voice acting of those 3 characters, I thought they did a fantastic job. Because also, too, at least their dialogue didn't get annoying. When you're playing the multiplayer, Knowledge is the one who's mostly talking. And, like, yeah, he repeats some lines, but I enjoyed him constantly giving you reminders. Since you don't have a mini-map, because, you know, you're a third-person action game, he's at least always chiming in of, like, hey, your defenses are under attack, enemy's base is taking damage, your base is taking damage. So I actually really enjoyed the voice acting, and it wasn't, like, it didn't bother me at all, which is very surprising.
Yeah, the map was very easy to read, but looking at the map, it looked way bigger than it was. Like, it looked like it was a huge map, and it was actually very tiny.
Big. You're sometimes doing a lot of walking.
Oh, I think the game was really small. But yeah, I really did like that voice. There's one time that he kept repeating himself, and I was in the middle of combat, and I was just like, oh my gosh, just shut up. You were playing with me. What was he saying?
I don't know, because it wasn't bothering me.
Oh, it might have been, you're not...
oh, you're not strong enough? But he wasn't saying anything. That was just the text that was appearing on the screen.
Then it wasn't that. It kept popping up. I was playing with you, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And there was one time in the whole game. I'm not going to hold it against it.
I have to, and another thing.
Oh, boy.
Partly a question, but if not, I have something to follow up with. Liz, did you have any bugs?
No, I don't think so.
Hi. So I've ran into this quite a bit, and honestly, You're
not going to ask me?
No, I mean, did you?
I did, actually.
Oh, maybe you had the same one I did. So this is what was happening to me. And it might have something to do even with my internet. I don't know, because when I was playing by myself, it just constantly would be like, connection just dropped, reconnected, all this, whatever. Never really seemed to impact me, but every so often when I was playing, all of a sudden my X basically action wouldn't work. Like, so if I built a spawner, I would go up to it and it would just say use or remove, but I couldn't spawn or recall at the spawners, or I couldn't like build certain things, so I would just save and quit my game and then restart it, and then it would work again.
I had the same internet thing, though, which is weird.
I think so, but it was so, like, it didn't have any consistency to when it happened, because that would happen quite frequently, and it would only be, like, I don't know, every so often that it would start to do that. But it is kind of a nice aspect of where I think you can say, Andrew, this game is probably great for cloud play, and just it's a good pick up and put down game because you can save and quit literally at any point, and it doesn't bring you back somewhere. It puts you right at that moment in time. So when I had that glitch, I would save and quit, reload my game, and I was right back in the action without missing a beat, really. But it was just a weird, like, why the heck is this happening?
Well, I would go as far to say that this is a fantastic cloud game, because what you're saying is right of like how it saves. So unfortunately, this is a slight negative. You cannot pause this game. This is one of those like always online kind of games that even when you're paused, like things are still going on. But the game literally saves right where you are. So you could literally be in the middle of a battle. Since you can't pause, you just go save and exit, and it literally loads right at that battle, right with the actions going, right where you were. Like, it's not like, oh, you know, it'll set you back a few seconds. No. It's right there. So this is a fantastic cloud game, because if you ever need to stop, you literally can pause, exit, quit the game, and it'll load you right where you left off. It's really, really nice. That's why I was able to 1,000 this game, because I could play on cloud and just quickly stop where I was and continue where I left off right away. So yeah, it's really good. But I noticed a lot of the bugs I was getting is mostly I was getting on multiplayer. I know, I'm sorry you didn't bring up, we were both getting the bug when we were playing multiplayer. It was a boss fight. I was in the middle of the boss fight, and you couldn't open your map anymore. Like, the back button wasn't working, and you couldn't do your map, so you couldn't fast travel. Then that happened to me, and then when we were in the middle of the boss battle, which was also base defense, the boss health bar wasn't showing up. So we were just kind of guessing on how much damage we were doing to this guy. And there was a couple times, the fast travel is pretty good in this game. Like, it loads pretty instantaneously. There was a couple times, though, my character was floating in nothing. Like, nothing was loading up. None of the textures of the environment was loading, so my character's just floating in nothing. So I had to save and exit the game, and then eventually it kind of worked. But overall, very minor bugs. Nothing was too game-breaking. And like he said, usually you could just press start, save the game, come right back in, and fix it itself. Man, that's really surprising that Liz did not get the bugs, and only me and you did, Keith.
I didn't play as much as you guys, though. In all fairness.
That's very true. But yeah, let's get into achievements. As I've said, I 1,000 this game, so I highly recommend this for achievement hunters. It's very easy to get the 1,000 gamer score. For time to play, you're looking between 7.5 to 17 hours. 7.5 if you're just doing the main story, about 18 hours if you want to do completion. I think at 24. I beat the game twice, once on normal, and the other time on legendary difficulty. Each time took me 9 hours.
Is the legendary difficulty, is that unlocked when you?
Yeah, you could do it. You could do it right away. Which
you said you couldn't?
You could.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know. I'd probably recommend. I actually enjoyed playing on legendary. The big factors is the enemies do a lot more damage to you, and resources are a lot more scarce. So I did majority of the game solo. Keith helped me a little bit, but I didn't find it too crazy difficult, even on legendary. It was just a nice added challenge. There's a handful of versus achievements, but here's a little tip. You can host a private game in versus and be the only person. You do not need to play with anyone. So the last 2 achievements I needed in versus was to win a match when my base is at 10% health and you beat the enemy. So I was able to do that because piglins will naturally attack your base. So I let the piglins get me down to 10% health, and then I killed the enemy base, and there you go. The achievement unlocked. So the achievements are very easy to get. Keith,
you got second. You got 420 with 15 achievements. I got 260 with 10 achievements out of 30. Good job, Keith.
Yay, me.
But yeah, so overall, I recommend this for achievement hunters. But let's get into our final thoughts here. So for me, like I said, Minecraft Legends, I really liked. It was just a little disappointing. I wanted a little bit more, but the game is very simple. If you're not looking for a super sweaty real-time strategy game, I mean, if you want that, play Age of Empires. But for this is something really simple. It's a ton of fun to play with your friends. If you have, 3 buddies, you do in 2v2, you will have a fun time. It's not something I think you're going to get really bent out of shape about when you lose. It's a lot of fun. The campaign is also a lot of fun to play with friends, but I found it this game very easy to pick up and play. I could put it down, instantly load it back in. I can remember the controls. The story was just really lame. I really wish I could upgrade my character and do more with it. For me, this is a solid 80. I think this is a really solid 80 game. I'm really looking forward to what they add to it. If they added just an expansion and like new worlds, I'll probably be right back into this game.
Yeah. Overall, I think disappointing is really the biggest word that comes into play with Minecraft Legends, in that I like everything that it has to offer, and I enjoy my time playing it, and I kind of want to play more. Like, I don't know if I really care to finish mine. I don't care that the story kind of sucked, but that's just me. I think overall what I think is that I want more. I want more upgrades. I want more units. I want more diversity to what it offers. So I think that it's all there, and I think that the opportunity is there to be good. But if it doesn't, it's really just going to be a very disappointing game that really, unfortunately, is, I don't know. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say it would be a tarnish to the Minecraft brand, but it certainly doesn't add to it. So I think 80 is a good score, but I'm gonna give it an 80 plus because I think it has room for improvement. So I'm gonna say if it gets better by the end of this year, I would like to review my score, revisit my score.
That's stupid. Could you literally say that with every game we've played?
No. I purely because I think they will do better. Like I believe that it not only has the opportunity, that I think they're gonna do more with the game. So I think on a revisit, I could give it more than an 80, but yeah, it is an 80 in its current state.
So Ghostwire Tokyo couldn't improve?
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I don't see it happening in Ghostwire Tokyo. So it is what it is. And you don't have to put my plus. My plus can just be an asterisk as part of this episode.
It'll be non-existent, Keith.
But I'm calling it an 80 plus still. My words are saying 80 plus nonetheless.
I can't tell if the score is too low because it feels mean, but I'm going to give it a 69.
Nice.
Maybe it's because I was so disappointed. I don't know. There was something about it that just like I didn't want to play it. I was trying to think like what I enjoyed about it, and there's nothing that was just like that was fantastic.
Wow, you didn't enjoy playing with me? Is that what you're saying? Spending time with your husband was awful?
That was great, but it could have been any game. You know what I mean? So
I guess it's true.
Yeah. Looking at Metacritic for Series X, 71 and 6.9, and Xbox One, TBD, and 6. Yeah. Lower scores. I want to say, though, that most of the critiques were like that it was boring, that it was bland, saw a lot of the B words. So.
Bodacious?
Yep, that was in there.
But
Butts was in there.
Wait, did you guys write reviews this week?
we didn't talk about. Now, this is something that you have to have multiple Xboxes about, because I don't think it has couch co-op, but I do think this would actually be a really fun game to like have a campaign or a save file that you play with your kids. And like we were talking about, like with the multiplayer, like it's I don't know, you don't always have to be playing together while playing together. Everyone can kind of do their own thing. So if sometimes you're playing with kids, sometimes it can be hard to keep them wrangled in. And they can just do whatever they want while you play the game still. So I don't know, just a fun little side thought for it. I think sometimes we have some of our listeners, they like to play games with their kids. This is an excellent one for it. That's who I'm giving this factoid to.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap it up here. If you have any game suggestions, please email us at gamepassdriver@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter or Facebook at GBGPod. I've been your hardcore gamer host, Andrew. You can find me on Xbox Live at Firebird0952.
I've been Keith, and Andrew didn't mention our Discord. It still exists. I think we're still doing it. It would be a fun idea, Andrew, is we should start to read comments from each previous week's episode. So if you want us to read your comment, just comment on an episode on Spotify, because they're there, and we can read it the next week.
I like that.
And if you don't want us to read it, also email us, because, we hate it when our fans interact with us. So, do all of those things that annoys Andrew, because I'll open the emails and then I won't tell him that it happens. He loves when I do that. So send us lots of emails for me to open and annoy Andrew.
Constantly, I'm like, Keith, did you respond to this email? Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. Someone emailed us. It's like, oh, thanks, Keith.
I never know when you're working, so I don't know if I should text you sometimes. And I'm like, I'll text him, at least in normal day hours. And then I forget, and, it's a thing.
And I'm Liz Noob, Gamertag, coming on Dean. I'm on Twitter at Liz Noob, NoobDCW, and Instagram, same.
All right, everyone. Love you all. See you again next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.